Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and welcome to my birthday reading vlog. So it is Sunday, it's the first day of the read-along that I'm hosting for In Other Lands by Sarah Rees Brennan, and I totally forgot that I was going to do my very first clip of the reading vlog from my usual setup because I just filmed my weekly wrap-up and then I tore everything down before remembering that I was going to use my regular setup, which I now can't do because that's where the TV goes. As always with these reading vlogs, it's very behind the scenes of what my house actually looks like instead of that very nice setup I have for my weekly wrap-ups. In any case, it is still Sunday morning and I have about 45 minutes before I have a friend coming over for an editing party, which is code for us just both editing things in the same room together. But that means that I have time to dive into the first section of In Other Lands, and I'm sure I'm going to laugh my ass off within the first page because I remember that being a thing the first time. Why do my neighbors feel like they need to weed whack? Why is that even a thing they do? I don't know. So I'm going to dive right in and see how far I can get before my friend comes over. I definitely missed the first time around that this is dedicated to Holly Black. Also, one of the things I love about this edition is the beautiful illustrations at the beginning of each section. And the very first line gets a laugh from me. So far, magic school was total rubbish. When I read this the first time, I knew from page 2, from this exact section, that I was going to absolutely adore this book. The section that made me fall in love with this book was Elliot saying, "I don't need you to explain to me the concept of a magical land filled with fantastic creatures that only certain special children can enter. I am acquainted with the last several centuries of popular culture. There are books and cartoons for the illiterate." That had me busting a gut, and I knew that this was going to be a book I would love. I also adore that our Alpha Maiden thinks that men are the softer sex as they are in her culture, and that Elliot just goes along and is like, yeah, I don't like fighting. I never fight, because he's already in love with her and wants to impress her. And also it's true, he doesn't fight. But one wonders if he would have if he never met her. Love it. I decided to read outside a bit while waiting for my friend to show up, and I just wanted to point out that really early on you find out that Elliot is bisexual because he just talks about people he's had crushes on before, and there is more than one gender on the list, which is just wonderful. Okay, I finally got to the first punch in the gut, which is around page 46, when you get to see what Elliot's home life in the real world looks like, and oh my goodness, I feel so bad for this child and the life that he lives with his very sad father. Oh my goodness, I forgot that the Sunborns had an amazing library, and I know it's fictional, but I want to read there. It sounds glorious. I finished my pages for the day. I made myself some vegan mac and cheese. I made too much, so I don't know if I'm gonna finish the rest of that bowl, but that's fine. And I think I'm going to read another book I'm working on because I don't want to get ahead in the read, so that's gonna happen. I went for a little walk to get something for my bath on Wednesday, and I bet that Mel could tell you exactly which bath bomb I got. I also popped into the liquor store because I want a little something to drink tonight, and I found a beer that has a mermaid on it. So I love when a theme comes together. My bath on Wednesday is gonna be amazing. I'll put up the Instagram post here in case you missed it. I'm also rereading my favorite time travel novel right now, so the fact that I just had to say, my bath is going to be great, but I will put a picture here in case you missed it, because it is currently Sunday, the bath will happen on Wednesday, and this will go up, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, sometime in the future. That delighted me. Now that I'm home, I'll also show you the beer that I'm drinking tonight because I found it hilarious. It's called Orange is the New Black. It's a black IPA with oranges. I will let you know how it goes. There are 4 different types of hops in this and 3 types of malt. Let's try it. Oh yeah, that is worth the pun. Monday morning, rain ain't falling. So it's Monday morning. I did things last night. They were fun. I started editing this vlog, and hopefully it's not going to be the longest vlog of all time. So I'm on my way to work. I have not started reading my pages for the day because it's first thing in the morning. The birds are happy about it. The thing is, I usually have my Monday nights free, but I have something to do tonight, so I'm going to have to try to get all of my reading done before and during my lunch break, and maybe a little bit after work. Maybe I can read on the bus. Usually I listen to an audiobook on the bus, but maybe we'll find out. It depends on how busy the bus is. So I will update you on that, obviously. I messed up the good weather by singing that song earlier, and I messed up my good mood by getting a migraine. I made it home from work. I'm nauseated because of this migraine, but at least it's letting me use my eyeballs, so I'm going to use them to read the last 50 pages of today's section of reading, because this book is so great. I love it. I laughed a lot during my lunch break, actually, and probably annoyed a bunch of coworkers, but whatever. It's their fault for not reading something cool. I'm frankly surprised that we got this far in the vlog before you saw my bathroom. Usually it's all bathroom clips because apparently that's where I vlog. I've just finished today's section, so I finished the second section, and just as intelligent as Elliot is, I love the moments where you know that he just doesn't understand what's going on. And that's exactly what happens at the end of the second section. He's like, oh, well, whoever punched that guy in the face, he definitely deserved it. And I'm just like, oh, honey, you should know who punched him in the face, but it's fine, you'll get there. I'm still a little bit headachy, but I think I'm gonna read another book for a little bit and probably go to sleep really early because that's what my body decided to do. Obviously, I didn't go to my friends for dinner. I was not gonna do that with a migraine. That's not good times. So I will see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. Did you sleep well? I sort of slept well. I slept anyway, which was good. And I got attacked by a bug. Cool. So on my way to work again, this is a repeat of yesterday morning basically. I usually have plans on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is usually when I go over to my best friend's house. She feeds me and we watch really old episodes of Survivor. But she has a fever of like 100.3 and also is getting her carpets cleaned. So that's already been cancelled. So I definitely have reading time tonight. But we'll read during my break because Tuesdays I do this weird split shift where I open one branch, have a 2-hour gap, and then close another. So I definitely do some reading while eating. Definite change of plans in that I didn't go to my second shift because migraine happened again, so I'm home and I'm gonna read. Hooray. So I'm still in immense pain, but I managed to have a migraine nap, so that was good times. I also just finished my pages for the day, which has put me into another type of pain, which is like the heart sick, I'm so sorry for you pain that I'm feeling for Elliot because of him no longer being with Serene and how much he was totally in love with her and how she wasn't in love with him and all of that. It makes me very sad. But of course the very last line of the section makes me happy, even though I know how it's gonna go. Oh, my body hates me. Cool. So I'm either going to catch up on some booktube videos and or read some of my other book, and it'll be another early night because I am in so much pain. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is a gloomy Wednesday and I started my vlog at a slightly different place hoping that I would get a different result, aka not have a migraine again today, because that would be cool. My work schedule is weird. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and then I have Thursdays off, so this is kind of my Friday with the exception of I work on Friday, so I don't really get a weekend. I get a day off here and a day off on Sunday, but I'm looking forward to that bath that I already pre-shopped all the cool things for, so that's gonna happen. I'm coming up on an intersection, so I'm gonna stop vlogging, but I will see you a little bit later. On the downside, it's a 3-day migraine. On the upside, you can see this excellent throwback to 90s pop culture references in the advertisement behind me. It's becoming deja vu, but I've made it home. Read until I fall asleep because migraine naps are a thing, and then I'm gonna have that amazing bath and probably be in there until my shoulder stops hurting. That would be wonderful. Guess I should show you my library haul though, which includes In an Absent Dream and volumes 3 and 4 of I Hate Fairyland, because the first 2 volumes were so good last week that I just have to read the rest of it right now. And by right now I mean actually right now. I'm gonna read them and then I'm gonna start my bath and then I'm gonna read the rest of my pages for In Other Lands because I'm really enjoying it. I might actually read past our pages because I don't know if I'll be able to let myself stop in the middle of a section, but we'll find out. Alright, I had some food. I filled my tub. I'm about to put my bath bomb in. I have my beer that has a mermaid on it. Yeah. And then of course, In Other Lands. Let's do this bath bomb thing. Look how ridiculously foamy it gets. That's neat. Science. This is as close to ASMR as I will probably get on my channel. Not bad. Also, the towel is on my head so I don't dye my bathtub purple. Time to get some more of this red. That is a lot of motherfucking glitter. Good morning, it's Thursday and I'm not on my way to work because this is my one day off during the week. I have split days off right now. I have Thursdays and Sundays off, and Sundays is when I do all of my recording and editing and uploading and scheduling and captioning of videos, so really Thursdays is my weekend. So on Thursdays I watch the current episode of Survivor because it airs on Wednesdays, then we watch it on the website the next day. So my roommate has just gone out to get us some coffee and himself a breakfast sandwich so we can enjoy some things while doing that. Obviously I have some reading to do today. I also have some TBRs I want to build, so maybe I'll take you along on that process. I haven't decided yet. And then tonight I have a book club meeting for All Our Wrong Todays, which is the time travel book that I was re-listening to this week because it's amazing and I've listened to it before, but I wanted to have it fresh in my mind for the book club. I'm also currently feeling better than I have the last 3 mornings, so we're gonna hope that the migraine situation is gone, although I'm still feeling a lot of muscle soreness, so I've booked a massage for next week because that's as soon as I can get into my massage guy, but you do what you can do. That was one of the most highly entertaining tribal councils I have ever seen on Survivor, which is saying something because I've seen a lot of Survivor at this point. Not all of it, but a lot. So I'm gonna do some reading, but I just wanted to update you on the sparkle situation in my house. I have apologized to my roommate so many times already because everything we own is going to be covered in sparkles for a very long time. For example, look at my tub. Look how sparkly my tub is. It's like we did that on purpose, but we didn't. Food break. So I haven't come up with any of the TBRs for what I'm about to show you, but I'm going to show you some of the things I need to come up with TBRs for and maybe talk through a little bit of my process. Hopefully this is interesting to you. So I don't always write things down because I usually just put them in my calendar on my phone, but I have written down some things that I need to come up with, recommendations or that type of thing. So Halloween is by the Spine Breakers. It's basically half Halloween, so doing spooky stuff at the end of April and early May type of thing. As a personal pet peeve, I hate when readathons are Monday to Sunday because my wrap-up week is Sunday to Saturday, so I always feel like I have to do the readathon in 6 days instead of 7, but whatever, that's not their fault. So I need to come up with a horror or a thriller or a mystery or something spooky that has been adapted. I need to come up with something that is done by an indie author. I need to come up with something that's by a master of horror, something that takes place in the autumn, something that's not a novel, so like a short story or a manga or something like that, something that was released in the last 5 years, and then a half-assed costume, which is not a reading challenge, but I absolutely love, so I'm gonna try to figure something out for that. Audiobookathon is also happening next week and basically until the end of the month, and some of this is just naturally going to be done. 30 minutes a day. I listen to audiobooks at least like an hour and a half to 2 hours a day on a regular day. Something with a full cast. I love full cast, so I'm excited to look for something like that. Something outside of my comfort zone. I'm not sure that I have a comfort zone, but I'll see what I can do. Something that's a fave. This is the only one I might not do because I just did a reread and I'm currently doing another reread and all that type of thing. Something I previously DNF'd, we'll see. There's not a lot that I DNF that I actually want to read, so we'll find out. Something with mixed media makes me wonder if it's going to be something like Illuminae or The Themis Files, which are great audiobooks and full cast, but I've already read them, so that's an issue. And then something that's over 15 hours, which there are lots of audiobooks that are, so that's not too difficult. Queers Gone By is a challenge that I can't really talk too much about because it hasn't even been announced yet, but it's something I am doing with a bunch of bloggers, so I need to come up with some recommendations for these challenges that I came up with. And then the Asian Readathon is going through all of May. I'm excited to get to this one. Because it's full month, I feel like I should try to pick a book for every single thing. The thing is, you need to, you can totally do just one book and then the group book, which my library has, so I've already put a hold on it. Every time you have a new book, it needs to be from a different Asian identity, so a different nationality generally. So part of me is like, I could totally do one for each of these, but it just depends on whether or not my library has them. So for me, it's mostly going over what are the challenges and then trying to figure out how much effort I want to put into it, if I want to have a book for every single challenge, or if I feel like I'm not going to have enough time that week and that I want to combine as much as possible. That's kind of how it is. As for the project that hasn't been announced yet, you're getting a sneak peek. That one's going to be extensive and interesting, and I'm excited for it, and I'm only a very small part of it, which is also very cool. But I also need to come up with some books that fit the challenges because some of the challenges are very, very difficult. and I don't know that I've actually read any books that fit the challenges, but I can come up with suggestions of books that do fit the challenges, because I don't recommend books I haven't reviewed, I just tell you that they fit the challenges. Oh, booktube tropes, you're fun. I don't expect this to feel like revolutionary or anything. Pretty much when I'm looking to do a TBR, I kind of just like Google things extensively until I find things that fit what I'm looking for. Very rarely do I purchase things for these, but I actually ended up purchasing one for Halloween just because it was only $5 on Kindle, which is pretty good for like a 450-page book. It fit 2 of the challenges and the author is Canadian and indie, so I felt like, sure, you can have my $5. As for Audiobookathon, I just kind of went through the app on my phone for my library and kind of picked some, and then also did some Googling to find one that was over 15 hours because it's a little bit harder to find when you're just looking within the app. And as for Asian Readathon, I actually picked one of the books that covers all 4 of the challenges, but then I also picked 3 other books that I want to read just because I wanted to. So yeah, all 3 of those TBRs will be up in the near future. I just filmed 3 TBRs in a very short amount of time, so I guess that part of today is gonna be editing things. Book club went well. I spent a lot of time trying to explain the intricacies of the time traveling that was happening and why it was happening, and I don't think I completely made Litsy come over to my side about why this book was amazing. Not that she didn't like it, but it was fun times anyway. I finished my pages for today, and I think that tonight, since I have about an hour before I really need to go to sleep, I'm going to read ahead, because the way I sectioned it out, I would have to read a pretty big chunk on Saturday, and I work on Saturday and then have like a 2-hour gap between work and the live stream, which is not going to be enough time to finish the pages. So I think I'm going to extra read today, maybe finish it tomorrow, so that I have everything read before the live stream. What I can say is one of my favorite parts about today's pages was the very beginning of today's pages, which was right after Mira told Elliot that she had a thing for Luke and that they were such good friends, and Elliot was about to ask her out. And the way that he took it and the way that it was explained was so well, because quite often you'll have people who are like, they feel like they're owed the other person's affections, and when they don't get it, it's like an oh woe is me type of thing. And the way that the first paragraph explains that, like, you can be disappointed in the fact that something didn't happen for you, but also understand that friendship is a thing that you should be grateful for. That whole passage, absolutely loved it. It's Friday and you know where I'm going. It's work. So I did stay up last night for about an hour reading some extra pages. I couldn't help myself. I just love the book too much, and also I want to make sure to finish it before the live show, obviously. I have so many things that I'm like, should I bring them up now? How many spoilers can I put in this vlog? You have to assume that people will know that you're going to be talking about it, but I also hate spoiling things, so that's what the live show is for, I think. I'm just really hoping that we have a good long conversation about this book, because there are so many things I love. I should have been tabbing it. I don't tab things very often, but I feel like I'm going to want to refer back to things, so hopefully Mel has done her amazing tabbing things, because she does some great annotations. I watched a video recently. Yes. Lunchtime pages. I made it through an entire workday without getting a migraine, which is the first time this week for anyone who's been keeping track, so that was good. I am almost done, so I think that I'm just gonna try to finish the book tonight ahead of schedule. Nobody's keeping track. It's fine. So I took a break to make and eat some rice, but just before I took that break, I left off. I was just waiting for like a line break, and I left off in such a place that I just absolutely adore the way that Sarah Rees Brennan writes, especially this specific bit. Like, again, I don't want to do spoilers, but like, I remember reading the book the first time and just hoping for something to happen. And just as you're getting to this line break, so like a place where you can put in a bookmark and go and do something else and come back to it, there's just like the last paragraph is one sentence and it comes out of left field and it's exactly what you want to happen, and you're like, wait, what? And like, if I was still reading this for the first time, I wouldn't have been able to stop there. I would have just continued the book. I'm pretty sure I did, actually. I think I read this book in like one day, and yeah, I could not stop at that point. So I just love that about her writing. I'm going to go crack a cider and get my book light, because my lighting in my apartment is atrocious, and finish from page $3.96 onwards. I stocked up on ciders because I'm gonna need something to drink during the live show tomorrow. I did it. I finished the book. It was amazing, as I already knew, because, again, reread. Loved it so much. I'm so looking forward to discussing it on the live stream. All week people have been sending like messages on either Twitter or on Instagram about them reading their pages for the day or just absolutely loving things or just posting like little pictures of the book, and it's been so great. I'm so excited about it. At this point, I know this vlog is going to be much longer than I usually do in a video, and I'm just wondering if I'm going to include tomorrow or if I'm just going to cut it off here. I haven't quite decided. I think I'm gonna actually put up a Twitter poll and ask people, and while I'm sleeping, other people can decide this for me. Regardless of how that ends up, I really enjoyed this week, and thank you so much to everyone who made it such a wonderful week. Good morning. The fine folks of Twitter decided that I should put in clips from today, so it is my birthday, hooray! It is also really gross outside, and I think I might have woken up with a cold, so happy birthday to me. But I'm looking forward to getting through this workday and then going home and then spending excellent quality time with humans on the internet. So excited about it. I can't take any credit for these beautiful little plants, but they might be my favorite thing about working at this location. I'm home from work, I've showered, we've ordered pizza so I can eat pizza during the live stream. I also have cider, so I'm very excited to have some of that once I have some pizza in my system. And I've set up my my area so that I can do the live stream. And I think that I've set it up so that it will actually work. I'm really hoping that would be nice. Julie from Pages and Pens was nice enough to walk me through how to do it, and I think I did it properly, so we'll find out in a matter of like 30 minutes. 4 hours later. That was a 4-hour live stream. I will link it. So many amazing things happened. Obviously I didn't video any of it because I was live streaming and it was amazing, but oh my goodness, it was such a good week. Thank you so much to everyone who came out to the live stream. Thank you so much to everybody who pledged to read the book. Even if you didn't finish it, you still have time. One person came to the live stream wary about spoiling the book because they hadn't finished it and then got spoilers of League of Legends instead, so I'm really sorry, Rebecca. I didn't know that was gonna happen for you, but all of these things happened, and thank you so much, everyone. I had a blast.